After doing every series on YouTube with Caroline Girvan, it was finally time for me to test the CGX app. So if you're ready, let's go. What's up, mamas? Alexandria here, 35-year-old toddler mom, therapist, and gym rat. Losing 40 pounds postpartum changed my life, and so now my goal is to help you, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made in my journey, and hopefully make it a bit more seamless for you. And today, per your request, you asked and I answered, I'm going to talk to you guys about the CGX app. I'm going to talk to you today about the logistics of the app, like the price and all that sort of stuff, what programs are included, as well as we're going to go over who I think the CGX app is for and who I think the CGX app is not for, as well as, of course, my thoughts and opinions, all along the way. So let's first talk about the logistics and pricing. So the retail on the CGX app in the United States may be different depending on what country you live in. So if you're in the United States, it retails for $99 USD if you pay for the year. Or you can also pay $12 a month if that's a better or more feasible option for you. But the good news is there is a 14-day free trial opportunity. When you sign up, you automatically get 14 days free to try it and see if you like it. And I feel like 14 days is probably a pretty good amount to decide, like, hey, yes, I like this, or no, hey, I don't like this, because you can sort of bounce around in between the different programs and things like that. So I think that's really cool that she offers that 14-day free trial for you to decide if you like it or not. And I did the math. The $99 a year breaks down to about $8.50 roughly USD for the year per month, or you pay the, $12. And you can switch your subscriptions back and forth. That is a possibility on both Apple and Android devices, which the app is available on both Apple and Android. So what's included in the app? What do you get for your $99 or your $12 a month or whatever? So included in the app, you're going to find workout programs. Currently, there are 5. Now, I am filming 4/30 of 2024, so April of 2024. And as of right now, there are 5 programs available. Well, 4.5. We're kind of halfway through intent. Programs available on the app, but I anticipate that will continue to increase. There are also some individual workouts that aren't program related. So there's quite a bit of content on the app right now. The other thing, and we'll go over the logistics of the app, and I'll go over each program with you here in just a little bit. So stay tuned for that. There's also progress tests. So there's a section where you can check your progress. You can do things like burpees or squats or things like that to assess where you are and sort of do fitness tests and progress tests along the way. Other things are, there's a how-to section, and this is great for how-tos for proper form if you're just not sure about an exercise, or if you're new to weightlifting and you want to just check your form and make sure you're doing things properly. There's an entire how-to section. I do have notes, so if you see me looking, that's what I'm looking at. There's also a section for meal ideas, as well as a knowledge section for like different articles, whether it be recovery resources, food and nutrition, just all sorts of information from varying different experts. So those are the sort of areas that are included. And with the app, you can also either listen to her music or choose your own music via Spotify or Apple Music, depending on which you have, and listen to that and be able to hear the beeps along the way. It also has the capacity to telecast to different TVs. I haven't found that I've been successfully able to telecast, so I think that's more user error than anything else. But you do have the capacity to telecast if you want to watch it on a TV instead of from your phone, because as I said, it's an app and therefore you're doing it on your app. You also have a note section, and you can also program into a calendar the workouts themselves. I had to finagle with it a little bit, but you can add the program in its entirety to the calendar if you want to, or you can plug in each individual day. And this also works nicely if you're someone who doesn't want to follow a program and you want to kind of do your own thing. Now, I do think there's a special magic in following the Caroline Girvan programming, so I personally recommend just taking on a program and just incorporating that. But everybody's different. Everybody has different wants, needs, and things like that. So for those people, you can individually plug in the workouts that you want to do rather than using the calendar function to auto-populate into an entire series. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm popping in here because I'm about to start a workout, and I realized I forgot entirely to mention that there are options for a warm-up in the app. And if you want to warm up with Caroline, you can. There are now 2 warm-up options, but most of them are functioning in the like a longer format, but you have the opportunity and possibility to skip that as well if you don't want to warm up with her. You want to warm up on your own, which is typically what I will choose to do because that's just how I like to do things. So I wanted to mention that, and I forgot to mention it, so hopefully I remember to include that in the video. Okay, I'm gonna go work out now. All right, so it's time to go through each of the different programs that are currently available on the app. As I said, depending on when you're watching this, there may be more programs. So if you want me to tackle any of those in the future and just talk about those programs individually, just let me know in a comment. And I'm making the assumption here that you have tried Caroline Girvan in the past, and that the reason you're considering the app is because you've tried things on YouTube. So if that's not the case, please correct me and ask me any questions that you have in the comments. So first things first, you've got the Ultimate Beginner program. And this one is for your ultimate beginner. In this program, she's going to talk you through each workout and sort of hold your hand along the way, which is the only kind of program that she currently offers like that. If you see her YouTube videos as well as the rest of the programming on the app, she talks you through at the beginning with an intro and explains like what you're going to do and things that you should be focusing on. And she might like have little descriptions throughout the video, but the only time she talks to you is in the intro in most videos. But in this one, she walks you through the whole thing and talks you through it. So if you are an ultimate beginner, this is extremely beginner friendly. With this workout, it's going to be full body workouts. There are no like upper body, lower body days. These are full body workout days, and it's going to be about 30 minutes long. Just some are a little bit longer than others, but around 30 minutes. And you're going to have 45 seconds of work with 30-second rest in between each set. And for this one, you need dumbbells, a mat, a chair, glute bands, yoga block, and a wedge. And like I said, this would be great for a beginner. My mother-in-law is currently working her way through the beginner series on the app, and she seems to be really enjoying it. And so I love that. Yes, I convert people to being Girvanators very proudly. So if I ever convert you to being a Girvanator, come back and let me know that you became a Girvanator because of me, because I will proudly wear her badge, okay? I love her. And so this has been a great, this seems like it's a really good one for someone who is a beginner to weightlifting and really wants to test the water on that. Beast Mode. So this one seems like, in my mind, it's modeled off of Beast Mode on YouTube. So if you did Beast Mode on YouTube and you really liked it, this is a carryover of that, but it's going to be 50 workouts over 10 weeks. And this one is a full body, upper body, lower body, and HIIT style. So it alternates upper body, lower body, full body, and then HIIT days. And that's going to be over 10 weeks. And this one is similar to the mini series on YouTube and is designed to be a 5-day-a-week program. The beginner program is designed to be a 3-day-a-week program. I forgot to mention that. But the beginner is designed to be a 3-day-a-week program, as opposed to the Beast Mode and moving forward are intended to be programmed 5 days a week. That doesn't mean you have to do it that way. That's just how they're programmed. Okay. And then each workout has some sort of special staple. And so all a staple is, in case you don't know, is it's basically where you go through an exercise and you repeat an exercise throughout the workout, like over the course of the workout. And these workouts are 30 to 45 minutes long. The HIITs are going to be 30 minutes, and then the dumbbell workouts are going to be closer to that 40 or 45 minute mark. So if you really like the Beast Mode series on YouTube, you would likely really enjoy this one as well. It is certainly an intermediate level, but as I said in my original video, there are no really easy Caroline workouts. It's really just a matter of making it your own and going at a pace that works best for you. So I really like this series. I like this formatting style. I like a HIIT day. Not everybody likes a HIIT day, but if you like a HIIT day, this is a nice style for you. And for this one, the equipment you're going to need is pretty much the same things that you needed. Dumbbell, glute band, chair, yoga block or thick book, or some sort of wedges. She does incorporate wedges and a few other pieces of equipment in the app that she hasn't utilized over on YouTube. You also have Iron, which is a 50 workout, 10-week program. Again, this is modeled off of Iron on YouTube. So if you love Iron on YouTube, this is an expansion and extension of that sort of programming style. You have 5-day-a-week workouts with 30-minute workouts. I love her 30-minute workouts. They're one of my favorite time links because she makes you work hard for those 30 minutes and you earned it, but it speeds things up in your day, if that makes sense. And so for this one, it's going to be similar to Iron on YouTube, where you're alternating, upper body, lower body, full body, but there's no HIIT day. There's no sort of additional cardio component. With that, you're going to need dumbbells, a wedge, that yoga block, chair, glute band, and then she also utilizes a barbell in this one. You don't need a barbell, you just need heavier weights. And I personally use my glute machine that I have. I have one of those hip thrust machines, the Booty Sprout. I really like it, and I use that as my barbell. You don't have to buy a Booty Sprout. It'd probably be cheaper to buy a barbell. Not my point. My point is you don't necessarily need that as a piece of equipment, but that is one of the pieces of equipment that she uses that she doesn't use over on YouTube. And again, if you loved iron, you'd probably love this one. Then you have Unleash, which is a 6-week program, and this one's going to be 30 workouts. These workouts range from 35 to 40 minutes, and you've got 2 upper body and 2 lower body, and then 1 full body. Again, no HIIT component in this one. The formatting of this one tends to be like 3 rounds of a straight set followed by varying different like supersets of some kind, and then of course a finisher, because there's always a finisher with Caroline, right? And so I really enjoyed the formatting of this one. As I've said in the beginning, I really like having that HIIT cardio component day in there. Not that you don't work up a sweat, particularly on like leg day, but this is just a little bit different formatting. This formatting feels a little bit more like what you would expect from iron. And so if you enjoy a straight weightlifting program protocol, Unleash is a nice one as well. And you're going to require the same equipment. So dumbbells, wedge, yoga block, or thick book, a chair, and a glute band. Then we have the current workout series as I'm filming, which I'm in the middle of right now, which is Intent. And Intent is a 10-week 50 workout program also. These workouts are ranging more from like 40 to 45 minutes, and they're alternating upper body and lower body. I was teasing in the group that Caroline did us dirty because she's alternating upper body and lower body, and I've sort of started scheduling my hair wash day on a certain day of the week, and she kind of messing that up for me because now she got me doing upper body days on hair wash day. Like, how you gonna do a girl like that, Caroline? How you gonna do that to me? Like, now I have to either figure out how to wash my hair on arm day or I have to rework my schedule. Why you do that to me? Okay. Hashtag first world problems. Anyway, so this one seems to be primarily focused on changing the volume in things. So like the amount of reps that you do, her sort of focus has been on like different rep ranges, like higher volume days versus lower volume days. And if you go into the app, like if you sign up for the app, she has a description and explains exactly why the programming is done the way that it is and what the primary focus and intention is. So like if you're going into the app, you can read the descriptions for each of the different series before you ever start them from herself. So, if you don't want to take my word for it, or if you want more information, that's also a good resource for you as well. And listen, if you're loving this kind of content and you're finding it helpful, I would absolutely love if you would subscribe and come and join the YouTube family. Let me be your non-judgy mom friend who comes alongside you to help you reach your goals. All right, so we've talked about the pros of the app. We've talked about what you get, but let's talk a little bit about the cons. So one of the cons to the app is that it can be a little bit glitchy at times. Like randomly, and this typically happens before I start a workout. I've never had any glitch issues like while I was in the app, unless I lost internet service, which has everything to do with my Wi-Fi and nothing to do with the app. But it can be a little glitchy at times. Sometimes I'll get some sort of like weird authentication error and I'll have to like go back in and like restart the app. And once I do, all is well, it's fine. But the app can be a little glitchy at times. In its early adaptation, like when it first launched about a year ago, it was a lot glitchier than it seems to be now. So if you're just jumping on the ship now, it's a lot more seamless than it was prior to that. But I feel like the user interface is not the most user-friendly for me. Now, granted, I'm not the most tech-savvy person ever in spite of, like creating YouTube content, but like, I don't know, something about it, like you have to go too many places to do different things, but I'm not an app developer, so like, this is coming from a person who doesn't know anything about creating apps or like any of that. So keep that in mind as I say this. Like, I'm not throwing shade because I've never created an app, so, those who live in glass houses, right? But for me, the user interface doesn't feel like the most intuitive. Hopefully that makes sense. So in that regard, if you're not super tech friendly, I don't know how much you would like having the app, and you just have to look. There's a bit of a learning curve, right? Okay, that's the short of it. Is there's a bit of a learning curve to navigate to where things are going. And I can tell that Caroline really thought through the things that she wanted to include in the app, and she's also always taking feedback. So if you ever want something added to the app or something you're interested in seeing, you can also email their support team. They're actively taking that sort of feedback. So who do I think should get the app? So people I think who should get the app are people like me they've done everything on YouTube and now they want a new challenge. They don't want to keep repeating the same workouts over and over again. To the best I can tell, and I don't know if she'll come back to YouTube, but Caroline doesn't create content on YouTube anymore. She understandably wants her own, resource and income. And so she is creating all of her new workout plans on the app. So if you want her new stuff, you got to get the app. The other people I think would benefit from the app are the people who, at least at this point in time, primarily like strength-focused workouts without the HIIT component, because as of right now, there's only one program on the app that has a HIIT component, and which is Beast Mode. And I'm hoping she'll add those back. I'm hoping she'll bring the sort of epic format back after she finishes with Intent, but I don't know. Who knows? But YouTube has primarily that on it. All of the epic series are like that. So if you prefer that formatting style, then you may not necessarily need it. But if you prefer the no HIIT format, then the app is a great place for that for you, because a lot of the programs are adapted in that way. The other people who I think would really benefit from this are the people who really want to learn how to lift weights properly. You're just getting started. You're just learning how to lift weights. This is a great place for you to do that because you have the ability to learn with her. There's a lot of different learning places and learning opportunities. So if that's you, this is a great place. Again, the Ultimate Beginner is there. There's a beginner playlist on YouTube, but there is nothing beginner specific on YouTube in the way that there is on the app. So if you are a straight up beginner, but you really want to work with Caroline, this is the place that you're going to get it, is on the app. And then the other person that should buy the app are the people that just really want to support her. Originally, I purchased the app when it first came out last year because I really wanted to support Caroline, even though I didn't fully invest in using it yet. I wanted to support her because she changed my life. Like, her workouts changed my life. I don't want to get emotional, sorry. But like, her workouts changed my life. And so I felt like she deserved my money. Like, for everything she has given me, she deserved my money. Sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional. So in that way, for me, it was a no-brainer for me to support her in this sort of venture because she changed my life. And so if that's you, if you love her, if you just want to support her, then the app is absolutely for you. So who shouldn't buy the app or who doesn't need the app? So people who don't need the app are people who haven't worked through the entire YouTube database, but you're not a beginner. You certainly don't need the app. As I've said, there are phenomenal free programs on YouTube, and so much good stuff is there, and you certainly can create your own sort of workout style and get results from YouTube. If you've missed my YouTube video somehow, if you haven't seen that one yet, I'll link it for you so you can go watch about all the different programs that she offers on YouTube. There are a ton of them. That is a long video, so grab a cup of coffee or some tea or something and a snack. But if you've not done all the workouts, you certainly don't need to start with the app. Unless you just really want to start with the app, you certainly can. But if you haven't done everything on YouTube, go and spend the year doing everything that there is on YouTube before you jump over to the app if you don't have that money to invest right now. And listen, if you found this helpful, YouTube is certainly going to recommend something else to you they think you'll love, and I hope you love it too. And if you have questions or something I missed or something I got wrong, please feel free to leave me a comment and let me know. And also, are there other programs you're interested in hearing about? I'd love to know that as well. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.